here's a manager that we should go and get for the free. Ain't going to cost us nothing. Get him in there. Won the Champions League 2012, managed Villa in 16, and he's now a manager out in South Korea for Hyundai. Who's that?
Don't know. Who's it?
Who that is?
Who's it?
What do you mean?
Well,
do you not know, Jay?
No, who's it?
Roberto Di Matteo, mate.
We are back again. Apologies for lateness, but lateness is greatness, guys. So you can all hold that. Appreciate you all being here, of course. 135 in the building. Smash the likes up. Make sure you sub to all the lads. Statics put the links in the live pinned comment. So make sure you sub to their channels. Arsenal History and More for Jez, Southern Guna Matty, Kenny Ken 1972 on Insta. And Jezza, happy Monday, man. We got 3 points. It was a bit of a bore fest. We then watched Liverpool take Wolves apart in the first half and then absolutely look lost in the second. And then we watched a clown show afterwards in the Spurs Man U game. But here we are, 7 behind, and they play Aston Villa to go 10 clear on Wednesday. How's your Monday been, bro?
Yeah, I've done a lot, mate, be fair. But yeah, I mean, how did we lose to Man United? Honestly, man. Seriously, you know, I had a debate about this last night on another show. And I was like, how the hell did we lose to them? That was one of the worst games of football I've watched all year. Both of those teams, mate, are scrubs. Terrible, terrible. How the mighty have fallen in Man United. Dear, oh dear, oh dear. Shocking, shocking, shocking. It was, yeah, rubbish, rubbish, rubbish. But yeah, all good, mate. All good. Looking forward to the show.
Nah, come on. Kenny, you look like you're ready for bed, mate. You good?
No, not at all, man. I finally got my computer in the right position so I don't look like that Leah Ray person, you know. I can't see. I'm 4'9". I go to football. I can't see. Yeah. Who's up there? 2 Cokes, please. Hello. I can't see. Sit down.
Oh dear.
No. I had a good weekend. I was at the King Power Stadium, you know, in the away end. Apparently, someone sent me a photo that showed that I was 2 rows ahead of Ty.
Yes, apparently.
I see Ty on TV. Sorry to cut in. I actually see Ty, but I didn't see you. I'm gonna have to go back and watch that.
Someone sent me something. You can see us. Right in front of me. And I just want to apologise to the old bloke next to me. I thought I killed him. I actually thought I killed him when we scored the first goal. Please don't be anywhere near me when we score. I promise. I promise. I thought I killed him. To that old bloke, wherever you are, he said to me, I'll see you in the next game. I don't think he meant that nicely, but we had a good conversation until we scored. But I just want to say to him, you know what? I'm really sorry. Whoever you are, I'm so sorry. But at the end of the day, don't be fooled by what the situation was at Leicester City. We were very bad until we scored.
Yeah, we're going to get into that. Kenny Ken's chair. He won't have any problems today, will we, Kenny? Oh, you lot are mad. I think I've everyone locked in. Matty, happy Monday, my bro. And yeah, we struggled through that. What shall we got there in the end, mate. We got there in the end. What are you saying? How's your day been, man?
Hey, man. Everything's going good. Good Monday. As everybody stated, we all watched the game. We saw what it was. Papering over the cracks. Papering over the cracks, literally. I've gotten a lot of messages about that fan camp. I've got a lot of
when I see you sat backstage with that.
I've got a lot of inboxes about that fan camp. but you know, we're papering over the cracks. And oh, by the way, did anybody know that Reece Nielsen was injured? Well, I put it in the group earlier. Reece Nielsen's injured. So that's another one on the docket that is gonna be here for a while. But we'll see, man. Liverpool, Kenny said give them the title about 2 or 3 weeks ago. I just don't see how they're gonna lose or drop points at the rate they're going. That Manchester United game was an absolute bore fest. Matter of fact, I'll tell you exactly what I did yesterday. While that game was on, I had the game on one room, and I had your watch along on in the kitchen with me while I was cooking, and I didn't miss a damn thing, and I was glad. So That's that.
That kind of perfectly sums up the Premier League. Yeah, that was a Super Sunday game of two alleged Big Six clubs, one of which shouldn't be there anyway.
Big
There's
relegation.
factually one less than Aston Villa. So I don't know why they're part of the Big Six. I don't even know why a Big Six is a thing anyway, but they have to cause drama. I looked at it and I was just like, let's start with that. Let's go, Jez. Let's start with that, yeah? You could literally put clown music over that whole game, that Tottenham Man United game. We'll come to us in a minute because you can do that with us as well. Yeah. These are our two alleged rivals. And they're battling it out for 14th and 15th. Yeah, and the quality of football in that game, and I know we sit here and cuss Arsenal off all the time, but when we're good, we're extremely good.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll go and blitz the team 4, 5, 6. Yeah, we do the dark arts and all that. Mate, I have no idea how half of these Spurs and Man United players are nicking a living. They're crap. None of them. The best player on the pitch was Jed Spence, and he was playing at left back when he's actually a right back and only got in the team because of a billion injuries. Yeah, for Man United, the best player they had was Xerxes, and he weren't even that great. It was just laughable, wasn't it?
I tell you what, I mean, there's a few players. I mean, that Son, I think he's dusted. If that's an advertisement for Premier League Sunday afternoon football, how embarrassing. Awful. If that's been streamed around the world, I'm sure it is. That was awful. I mean, I thought, yeah, this would be quite something to do on a Sunday afternoon. You know, got nothing else to do. Watch this. I was seriously like, what am I doing? What am I doing? Because I was sitting there watching it, talking to the wife out there. She's having a clear out of cupboards and things like that. And I'm like, all right, yeah, okay, yeah. And I'm thinking thing is, something more entertaining, a lot more entertaining, I can tell you. I've learned how to, right? She told me how to do it. On my iPad, I've got Amazon Prime TV with Discovery Plus. So I watched the Arsenal game on here, 4K, right, on my iMac. And it was brilliant. I had the iPad sat there and I was watching you, Matty, and Ola on the watch along there. And it was brilliant. That was more entertaining for the weekend for me.
I don't know if that's you're getting old, Jez, or the games are just crap in the Premier League.
Oh, mate. Look, we've all seen some shit football. That was shit.
Yeah.
That was terrible. Terrible. And we lost to them, Man United, in the FA Cup. Please tell me how. Please. Rubbish.
No, Kenny, I know you're an avid watcher of football, all types of football. I know you're an avid watcher of cricket. We won't go there. But Kenny, what did you make of that? Because I'll be real, yeah. I don't see Tottenham, and you guys know this. I don't see them as rivals anyway. Yeah. So forget them for 1 second because they've been shit my entire life. Right? The fall from grace of Man United is disgusting, isn't it? Yeah, it's actually embarrassing.
Yeah, but the thing is, you've got to remember one thing, right? Is that Jez will know this. I think, and I'll say it respectfully to yourself and Matty, you're a bit younger than me and Jez. Your best memories of football were a successful Man United side under Sir Alex. What I saw at White Lane is similar to what I used to see in the sort of the late 70s and 80s for both sides. You know what I mean? I remember Man United before, after Busby, before Sir Alex Ferguson, where that was the norm, that kind of game with that kind of opposition. I remember Man United had players like Arthur Albiston, Martin Buchan, good Man United stalwarts, but not classy players. I remember when they played like John Gibman. I remember when Spurs they had players like John Duncan. They had players like McNabb. They had players like Chris Jones. People like Mili Alexic, Mark Kendall in goal. I'm not surprised. This has been coming for a long time. If you don't build on your success, then I'm afraid this is gonna happen because you keep on digressing, you keep on making the same mistakes that both clubs have made. This is what happens. But in terms of the Premiership, I think people in this country need to calm down a bit because, as you said, these are two clubs that are part of the Big Six because they got more money than anyone else who are outside the Big Six, and rightly so. Financially, they are Big Six. But if you think that this is a good adverts from the Premiership, you need to sort of calm down a bit. Stop saying the Premiership is the best league in the world. It's not. That game proved it.
Yeah.
The fact is, the Premiership is become competitive by default, and I love it. The reason why I love it because I love the fact that UEFA, you finally are not going to get your own way. You're finally going to find out that you've got a prospect of a Bournemouth or a Bournemouth, you know what I mean, who you don't want in the Champions League. A Newcastle you'd never really want in the Champions League. And maybe Chelsea you've got used to. I'm glad it serves you guys right because the format of the Champions League was built so clubs like Man United and Tottenham can be in it every year. That's why you always lower the standards. 4th place, now 5th place. Serves you right, UEFA. If you think the Premiership's the best in the world, this is a big V sign to the Premiership and their arrogance, and a big V sign to UEFA and the way they contrive the Champions League to include the big teams. You got what you deserve. I love it. Not because I hate Man United and Tottenham. I just love the fact that when you don't let it become natural in terms of footballing competitions, I'm glad that all your plans are up in smoke. Love it.
Matty.
Doherty, 74 got relegated, Kenny?
Yeah, Doherty got relegated in 1974. Then 3 years later, he was sending the physiotherapist and the trainer to go out and do some scouting whilst he went and served his wife. So that's Tommy Doherty. Go out and do some training whilst I go and have it off for your wife.
Oh.
No camera phones back then, mate. Could you imagine if there was... You're on mute, Kenny.
Well found that, and that's why they sacked him at Man United. All down to Bobby Charlton and Sir Matt Busby were very disgusted.
You lot in this chat are hilarious as well, by the way. Bless up to everyone locked in. Matty, obviously you said that you had you were cooking. Yeah,
I did see that. I saw the Garnacho attempt, though. I did see that.
Well, that was probably the only decent attempt they had.
It was straight comedy to watch him go through, and then he just shanks it. I mean,
did anyone think he'd score? Did you think he'd score though?
I was just like, well, this has got to be on frame. That's what I said. It's got to be on frame. Now, whether he scores or not, that's a different ballgame. But to see it just go all the way out the stadium, I said, yeah, this is what Manchester United has come down to now. So I mean, for me, man, it's a mess over there. I know we have our problems, but boys, it is a complete mess over there. It is a complete mess. And let this be a lesson to Arsenal fans. How long has it been since Sir Alex Ferguson been gone from over there? How many years?
12 years.
12 years. We're on 5, going on 6. So I just want people to realize that they having their problems over there, but we're slowly following the footsteps with this manager. So don't laugh too hard because we could easily be in that situation next year, based off of the mess that we've got going on at the team now, wages and injuries piling up all over the place. So, but that team, they better thank goodness that Wolves don't. They're just as bad because if they was in the 20s, what is it? They got 27 points. If they was 23, 22, they'd have to look over their shoulder. So they'll be all right. But man, I mean that's crazy to see them that low at the table. Especially in our lifetime, like Kenny said, now him and Jez have seen Piss Poor United. This is our first time seeing Piss Poor United. So
I've not seen them.
Yeah, we've never seen Piss Poor United. Yeah. So
the worst I see Man United was under, well, now. Yeah, before that, obviously Ten Hag had a mate last season. Before that, Moisey got sacked after about 7 months. When they were 7th.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is the worst Man United I've ever seen in my life. And you know what? Whilst it's funny as fuck, and it is funny as fuck, it's actually sad as well. Because that's allegedly the biggest club or one of the biggest clubs in the world. Yeah. And look at the state of them. Yeah. Faz was on a stream the other day. Yeah. And he was standing there, right? Literally pitch side as the game's on. Yeah. He recorded the video. Sorry, he went live. Yeah. And he was like, don't step on the rat, Ahmad. don't step on the rat, and there was a rat right next to him on the pitch while the game was on the other week. It's like, don't step on the rat. Do not step on the rat. Bro, how have you got a mice infestation, a rat infestation? You can't cook the chicken properly. You can't afford a Christmas party. You're sacking everyone left, right, and centre. Your stadium's falling down, which is why I refuse to ever go there. I've never been there. I gave my tickets away every time. Every time I was like, I ain't going to Old Trafford. Yeah, they got a leaky roof. Training facilities are dead. Cristiano Ronaldo found Jemba's boxer shorts in the swimming pool, I think Big Steve said, didn't he? Yeah, he goes to come back all them years later, and Jemba's boxers are floating around in the pool still. Like, the roof's falling apart. Yeah. Then he's sitting in a press conference, the manager, and while the journalists are like asking him questions, it's leaking.
Yeah.
Yeah, from the light, the strip light. It's like, what has happened to that club? That is when Mo Hader said it, bless up Mo, yeah. He said they were an ex-great club. He said it on AFTV. Yeah, he's absolutely spot on. Yeah, and he was on to saying years ago when he said that football club is an absolute disgrace. Yeah, I can't lie. They're supposed to be the Real Madrid of England. Yeah, and look at the state of them.
It's all about the money, Lee. As long as that money's coming through the turnstile on the weekend, that's all they care about.
It's a disgrace. Yeah, they're supposed to be the market leader of Premier League football, English football. They're supposed to be, like I said, listen, them and Liverpool, you can argue either way over who's the biggest club, yeah? Either way, they're both two of the biggest clubs in the world. One of them barely spends any money and still wins major honours and is currently leading the Premier League and could go 10 points clear on Wednesday. The other one is struggling in 15th after paying to get a manager who was top of the table and I think first or second in the Champions League out of his contract, yeah? And they're not rioting. Like, what are we doing here? Yeah, they've got an ownership that shouldn't be there, and that's down to Fergie. Yeah, we won't go there, right? And now they've got a part owner come in, yeah, who's literally just as bad, if not worse, than the owners they've got. Yeah, it's embarrassing. That football club is a disgrace, man. Yeah,
this is the worst. Sorry, carry on.
Go on, Jez. No, go on.
This is without a shadow of a doubt, the worst Man United team I've seen since the '74 team, which got relegated.
Didn't Dennis Law score against them? Their ledge. Didn't he score for City against them?
I can't remember.
I think they'd already. I think they were on the cusp of relegation or were getting relegated. And then Dennis Law, was it Dennis Law in '74 bagged the goal that got them down, and he was playing for Man City.
It could have been.
He did. Yeah, remember. Dennis Law. Yeah, backheel. He backheeled it into the net, playing for Manchester City.
It was relegated. Arsenal were also in trouble that season. It's only because we got a draw against, I can't remember who, to get out of it. But that team was shocking. And then they came up, became champions, and got back into it, and went on. Of course, we all know the story when Alex Ferguson joined and just went on to greatness. But I don't know. You know, I would say they are the biggest team in English football. First team, first. Am I right in saying it? I might have get this wrong, Ray. I always usually do. Were they the first English team to win the European Cup, or was it Celtic?
Yeah, that's in '68. Celtic the year before were the first British team to win it. Yeah, Man United are. I think they were trying to win it for the last 10 years before that with the Busby Babes and the Munich Head last time.
Benfica won it, Kenny.
Yeah.
Benfica stopped Real Madrid's first five, didn't they? They did first five, and then Benfica stopped their first, like, to make it 6 in a row. But yeah, Celtic, Lisbon Lions, and then after that, Man United were the first English club, but Celtic were the first British.
Yeah,
and just deep what we just said there, Celtic, they're a massive football club. People don't realise how big that club is either, by the way.
No.
Yeah, they've won a European Cup, and every single player that played for them came from within a 3-kilometre radius.
Yes, right. Yeah.
They were born within a 3-kilometre radius or something stupid. Yeah, people say there's no talent out there. I know that was years and years back. This is still the same. Look at Ethan now. Yeah, look at Skelly now. Yeah, and these players are only getting a chance now. Yeah, because major injuries to all of the players that he's bought and flogged to death. Otherwise, we wouldn't have seen Ethan emerge. We wouldn't have seen Skelly emerge. He's bought 1 billion players to play left back, and the best 2 were already at the fucking football club, Tierney and Skelly. Yeah, Yeah, and that's why when people say there's no value in the market and all that, no, okay, cool. Well, what about the academy then?
Look what I just sent you, Lee, on your phone. Look down at your phone, right? Just look at what I just sent you, and look at that. They'll tell you nobody's available. Nobody was out there.
Mika Beref, 21 games, 18 goals, 5 assists since leaving Arsenal. He's bagged 2 hat-tricks since he's been at Monaco, by the way. They won 7-1 at the weekend. He scored a hat-trick again.
Wow.
We could do with him up front then, couldn't we? He was when he at Hibernian? Did he go? Yeah. Was it Hibernian? He went to Hibernian. He'd done all right there. We sold him for 4 million, you know.
Wow.
4 million quid. Yeah, we sold Balogun. Didn't even give him a chance under this manager. Not one chance. Beref, no chance.
No.
Eddie, but we'll give Eddie 100 grand a week and 14.
Did we?
Yeah, it's so jarring, man.
We loaned him out to France, a place in France, didn't we? Somewhere. Comes back and we flog him.
Yeah, but to be honest, guys, we haven't really given the youngsters a chance since Don Howe and Terry Neal and John Cartwright unearthed all these gems in the sort of mid 80s, early 80s, mid 80s. Since then, I don't remember Arsenal giving young players kind of a chance. Obviously, Ray Parlour came through from the academy, from the youths. And after that, who else came after Ray Parlour? Probably Ashley Cole, and that's it. But if you remember when George Graham...
one, Kenny. You've forgotten one. Egal told us. Robin Van Persie.
No, that's just we try to be serious here. But, you know, he had a mare. He had a mare. I actually forgot that. I'm going to write it down in my. I'm going to write it down in my little black book when I speak to him next.
I'm on it today, Kenny. Sorry, mate. I'm on it today.
No, I know what you mean, but honestly, but to be honest, George Graham is the only manager we've had who's actually made use of our youth product, and he was a lucky man because of the work that was done before we came to the club. But really and truly, to be honest, if you're a big 6 club, if you're a youth player, you have to be 4 times as good as the guys you're competing against. And let's not forget, nowadays, a homegrown player doesn't have to be from Islington. He could be from somewhere like Bosnia or from Brazil.
Is that right?
Frances Fabregas, your mate, he was homegrown.
Oh, okay.
Okay, yeah.
Let's move on before we rattle him.
Pandora's box.
Yeah.
All right, Joe Fagan was the first with the English team to win a major treble. Yeah, 3 major trophies, a League Cup, not an FA Cup.
Yeah,
so
right.
It's not the treble invented by No, do you know what? Yeah, but this is the thing. Football back then, yeah, this is why Liverpool and Manchester United, and to a lesser degree Arsenal, because we are the 3rd biggest. Yeah, but them two, they're in a league of their own, really. Let's be real with it in terms of European pedigree. Yeah, Liverpool obviously a lot more than Man United, but that's because they've won 6 Champions Leagues, bro. We've won none. Man United, Fergie even admitted it, that he should have won more in Europe. Yeah, he should have. Look at the size of that football club. Look at the money they had. Yeah, when we were all competing to fight for they were just going out there and getting this player, this player, this player, this player, this player. Yeah, and they were the Real Madrid of England. Yeah, Fergie then leaves. Yeah, he won the league with one of the worst teams, if not the worst team I've ever seen. And they still won the league after nicking Van Persie from us. And they were on the decline. What did Fergie do? Yo, I'm getting a player for now. Let me go and get Van Persie from our bitter rivals. Yeah, and they won the league. What did we do? We sit there and go internal solutions.
That was a revenge tour, by the way, because when you got RVP, that was the year after City embarrassed him on the last day.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Well, it was.
Well, they shot themselves in the foot, isn't it? They were 8. Let's not tempt fate with this season. What we're seeing before ours, but they're 8 points ahead of Man City, albeit Man City had a game in hand in Easter Monday, and then they drew 3-3 with Everton, lost to Wigan. And it was a case of if Man City beat them at the Etihad Stadium, it would have been a level on points, but Man City would be ahead on goal difference, and that's how it panned out. But I think the thing about Ferguson and Wenger, both of them were obsessed with the Champions League. But the thing about Sir Alex Ferguson is that his obsession with the Champions League wasn't at the expense of winning other trophies. Arsene Wenger's obsession with the Champions League was at the expense of us getting silverware in the FA Cup and League Cup and probably competing for the league. And Arsene Wenger will never admit it, but that was as clear as night as day. Arsene Wenger was obsessed with the Champions League, but he didn't have either the support or the drive to actually get us there. Because he certainly had the team. He certainly had the players.
Especially those 2000 teams.
Yes.
Man, some of the teams Fergie had was just ridiculous. Rooney, Ronaldo, Tevez. Like, they ripped us a new one, Champions League semi-final. Yeah, that was it 4-1 at the Emirates?
4-1. That was the one.
Yeah, that Ronaldo scored from about 1 billion yards out against fucking Fabianski, wasn't it?
Yeah, we got
a free kick.
Yeah. God,
Yeah, mate, that front line was devastating. I can't lie. And do you know what the mad thing is? Rooney was the worst of the three. Yeah, at that time. And I'm not even saying Rooney was a bad player, because I think he was unreal. Yeah, but the fact they had Tevez and Ronaldo as well, it's like all you got to do is just get the ball to them. Yeah, they're Carrick in that team. Like, Michael Carrick's mad underrated. Yeah, that guy never gets his flowers, man. That guy was such a good player. Same with Scholes.
Was Nanny in that team? 2012?
Yeah, Nanny did good well.
Nanny in 2012. Was Nanny there?
No, Nanny was there in 2007. He joined.
Yeah, 07, 08 with Tevez and them, man. Yeah, he went there 2012.
And he won the
Yeah,
championship.
they had Berbatov as well. And this is the thing, yeah. Look at this here. Look at this right here. Yeah, Jason Park as well. That right there, yeah. When was the last time we've seen a top team have 4 top fucking strikers in the Premier League?
That's how it's supposed to be. You're supposed to have.
That's what we grew up on, right?
That's the depth. All right. So for everybody in the chat, when we talk about having depth in the team, we talk about when Kenny's talking about we competing in the Champions League, new formats and the FA Cups and all that stuff. That's what you're supposed to have. You're supposed to have 4 or 5 players that you know can get the job done, that's ready to go in case something goes sideways. That right there is what you're supposed to have. You're not supposed to be playing a defensive midfielder when we needed a striker in the summer, that you bought that defensive midfielder to then be your striker in the in the second half of the season to get 2 goals against Leicester City, who was allowed 55 goals in the league this year.
And at that point was the most conceded before the games after that.
Yeah.
Yeah, they've obviously conceded less than Southampton and Ipswich, I think. Yeah. But when was the last time we've actually seen an English football club have 4 strikers? Yeah, of all quality. Because let's be real, when Man United won the Champions League in '99, yeah, they had Andy Cole, Dwight York, Teddy Sheringham, and Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. When this lot went to Old Trafford and won the league there, yeah, 3 of these weren't even in the fucking squad.
Yeah.
Yeah, them 3 there. Them 3 there. Bergkamp, Omri, and Pires were all injured. They were all injured. They weren't in the team.
Yep.
Yeah, and Will Tord and Kanu played. Yeah, look at the names we're saying.
Yeah.
Will Tord and Kanu.
Oh, okay. He was starting to get a little older.
Yeah, the thing is, we got to be. I hate to be like a killjoy. We'll probably never see those kind of players ever again. We're probably never going to see players of that class at Arsenal again. You know, players like Perez, Omri, Bergkamp, Vieira. We took them for granted. You know, when we left the Emirates Stadium, when we left Highbury, I never envisaged that there was going to be like this big decline. Although, let's face it, that season there was a decline. No Vieira, we started playing tiki-taka. But in terms of our ability to attract those kind of players, after we moved to Emirates, we didn't have the French market to ourselves. We didn't have access to these big players.
We haven't brought a French player under this manager.
Yeah, but the fact is we're not going there because the fact is that even though French players are still adaptable to can still adapt to the Premiership, the problem is that it all goes in circles, isn't it? 1 minute they're obsessed with Spanish players because Spain were at their best. Then it's the Germans when the Germans won the FA, win the League Cup, and then it's probably going to be the Argentines. And I think that's where football goes in kinds of circles. But in terms of this manager, it still looks like the caliber of player that we're going to attract because of the fact that we're the Arsenal, I'll say it, old-fashioned Arsenal. We're never going to get big world-class players that come to our club. We're going to have to make them if we're lucky. But Man City, next season, I promise you,
They're going to dominate next season. They'll run away with it, mate.
They're going to be back next season, and us and Liverpool won't have a chance next season. Which makes it even harder to take that we're not going to win the league. So if Man City get their act together next season, when are we going to win the league? When are we ever going to win it? Are we ever going to win the league?
Well, we've got to wait till the refs decide it's our turn, Kenny, apparently.
Me and Lee was talking about this last week, Kenny, is that we don't even go out and get the $2 million deal, the $3 million deal, the loan, the quality loan. We don't go out. This manager, he goes and spends 40 to 50 on something completely unproven, and then when it goes sideways, then you looking crazy. As opposed to where if you only spend $1 million or $2 million on a player, and if he doesn't pan out, you can move away from that player quick. Maybe get a few bucks back.
Bobby Firmino is available right now. He's not in the Al Ahly squad. Go and get Bobby Firmino. You're telling me that guy can't do a job off the bench?
He's the most intelligent player out there. He'll create so much space for anyone who plays up top, or even players on the wing. Even the average players will benefit.
He scored an overhead kick the other day for Al Ahly. Yeah, well, I see the highlights of the game. Yeah, they won, I think 3-0, 3-1, whatever. He's got an overhead kick, bicycle kick in the box. Matt, I think I showed you the goal.
Yeah, we watched it.
Yeah,
we watched it.
Right. They haven't registered him for the rest of the season in the squad because they've signed
the other fella, the new
fella from Porto. I can't remember his name. Yeah, he scored against us when we played Porto last season. Yeah, or the season before. So he's not involved in their squad. Yeah, they've said, no, you're not in the squad, mate. Go and get Bobby Firmino, Galeno. That's it. Big up the chat. They signed Galeno from Porto for 50 M's. So they said, Bobby, and he was wearing the armband for most of the season, by the way. He's captain for most of the season, if not all of it. Right? They've said, no, you're not registered going forward into the rest of the season, mate. So he's not in the squad. Why don't we go and get him then? Yeah. Ben Yedder. Yeah. I know he's got mad fucking allegations against him. Yeah. Well, you're telling me he can't score goals? Of course he can. Market opportunities.
I'll say it again. Dzeko, how many goals he got this year?
19.
19 goals.
9. Oh, but it's a Farmers League. Okay, cool. Yeah, they laugh when I say Morata. You're telling me Morata can't come off the bench and do better than what we got? Yeah, I know, fair enough, going off the last game, which is what a lot of Arsenal fans do. Yeah, Merino come off the bench, and listen, both of them goals were class. Yeah, the second one was the best one of the two. The header was class. Yeah, the cross made the goal, if we're being honest. Yeah, all he had to do was stay on side, and he was burying it. Right? The second goal, if that's 29, he trips over his own legs. Yeah, or it spoons off his shin because his legs are all tangled up. Yeah, Merino finished that like a prime striker. But let's not pretend that's going to happen every week going forward. He might go on a little purple patch, yeah, like 29 did last season. But when it really mattered, where was 29 against Bayern Munich and Aston Villa? Let's not get into this like little bubble that Merino's the answer from now to the end of the season. He's not. He will score a few more goals, yeah, and good luck to him. Yeah, that's not a diss at him. Yeah, but at the same time, we can't rely on that guy being the guy to get us over the line. He's a fucking defensive midfielder. And yes, he could be our Jude Bellingham. I've seen people saying that. Box crusher, blah, blah, blah. But let's be real. We signed him as a DM. Yeah, that's failed. Hence why he was on the bench for the biggest games of the season this season. Right? He didn't start. Let's be real with it. In the biggest games this season. Yeah. Sterling's no good. Neto's played one game and looked fucking awful against Girona. Right? And Calafiori, number one, ain't good enough at left back. And number two, can't stay fit. Yeah. So where are we going with this? Because we ain't going to win nothing this season. But the narrative will be we've had loads of injuries and Liverpool have had less, and they've got a better squad, world-class player. Well, that weren't the narrative at the start of the season. So where do we go going forward? And you're right what you said, Kenny, before I let you go, because I'm going to go bathroom quick. You're right what you said. Man City this summer will go crazy.
Yes.
Right? They've barely spent any money. Yeah, I know they spent well in January. Yeah, and let's be real, Marmouche has come in and scored 3 goals just like that. Yeah, awesome performance at the weekend. Savio,
he's there for next season, though, Lee. He's there for next season.
Savio will be there next season. Echa Messi, he's a baller. I've been watching the under-20s. Yeah, I've been watching Argentina.
Verse will be going over there too, by the way. Florian Verse will be going over there, by the way.
Yeah, they're looking at him. That looks like it could be done. Right? they're starting to get their act together. The boy they bought, Gonzalez, in the January window. What a performance at the weekend! And let's not forget, we have barely had a shot against Newcastle, home or away. Yeah, we've lost 3 times to them this season, right? They go and batter them. That, bro, I swear, I'll watch that game. They could have slapped them fucking double digits. Yeah, double digits. So next season, Liverpool we know ain't serious because they ain't going to ever go and do big money, on loads of players. We're not serious. We go and do the 40, 50 million pound market, and overpay for shit that we can make change position. So we're bringing him in as a CDM, but now we're throwing him up front. Oh, we're bringing him in as a centre back. We're playing left back. We'll bring a centre back in, play him left back, then play him right back. Yeah. Then we'll play this left back at left wing. Yeah. This number 10 that could be a number 8, could be a striker, could play right. 29. Where the fuck? The manager even said he don't know where to play him. Right. Man City will go, boom, there's our ties. They will piss the league next season unless we sort it out in the summer. And we ain't going to sort it out, Kenny.
Well, the fact is, you've got to remember one thing.
I'll get the super chats when I'm back.
Yeah. But the thing is that we hide behind a lot of narratives. We hide behind injuries, which is very lazy, and we hide behind VAR, which again is lazy. Because at the end of the day, trouble with people in this country, especially when it comes to VAR, they whinge about VAR, but it becomes their best friend when they want decisions to go their way. But really and truly, we've had full team. We haven't looked right all season. We've had a full side. The game we had a full side. We got pumped by Bournemouth. There was no Odegaard. All right, that was an injury, but he wasn't exactly playing out of his skin. We still had Saka. We still had that defence. We still had a strong midfield. Got pumped by Bournemouth. We had a strong side when we went to Newcastle. When I think just when we were trying to bring Odegaard back in the side, how did that go? We had a very strong side against Everton at home. So when you talk about injuries, that's just an excuse. The fact is, we haven't played well all season. Teams have worked us out. Our set pieces have been inconsistent. Players have dropped form. I mean, James Maddison scored 9 league goals. Name an Arsenal players scored 9 league goals this season. Maybe Kai.
All our top scorers are there out of the team. They're injured.
And that's the thing. And we're supposed to be going for a title. The reason why we're not in a title race is simple reason is that we haven't kept up with Liverpool. The reason why we kept up with Liverpool because our standards, even with our best team, has been low in terms of performance. We've been inconsistent. Right now, we're celebrating beating Leicester. You know that it's a massive, massive if that we're going to go and beat West Ham. We haven't been able to do that. We beat Man City 5-1. And then what's happened? The next game against Newcastle, all that morale and all that excitement went right down like a lead balloon because we're not consistent enough. And that is the problem. We can talk about Merino, he's going to do this and do that. And then next week, we've got Nottingham Forest. That's going to be a real test.
Yeah.
Liverpool may drop points against Aston Villa. They may not. They may drop points against Man City. They may not. Might thrash them. But we haven't played well all season for us to say we're going to drop points. All right, we've gone this. All right, you say we've gone on 15 game and beaten run. How many of them are wins, Nelson? Can you tell me where there's been consistent wins? Tell me when we've won. We've gone on in games, league and cup, where we've gone on a 6-game winning streak consistently. If you can tell me that, then I'll stop talking. But I'm telling you now, we haven't had that. That's why we're still having that conversation. Yes, you and I know that when you're going for the title, especially against this Liverpool team and this Man City team for the last 2 years, you have to be immaculate. And immaculate means 3 points every game. We haven't been able to do that. And that's why we don't deserve to be where we are. Don't deserve it. All right, Liverpool are doing it. Liverpool are doing it. Liverpool are 7 points ahead of us, Nelson. And it's not because of VAR. It's not because of injuries. It's because they've been better. The big moments, they've done better than us.
People keep looking at their 7 points. And I don't think people realize we've been trailing them 7 points since November. We've been behind them since November. We can't gain ground because every time they drop points,
we've never led the league once this season.
Yeah,
Not once have we led the league this season. So what makes people think we're in a title race? We're not in a title race.
It's because they see the single digits. They see 7. So they're like, oh, that's attainable. We can do that. They don't realize how much work goes into to overtake. It's a lot of work to overtake a team, which is why I was so mad when City came back the year before last and did. I was pissed because that requires a lot of work, and the other team screwing up a lot for that to happen. It's the odds of that us coming back past them. You gotta like talk about like percent. It was finite, especially when you look at the situation we in. Play with how short we are. Champions League coming up. You know, players dropping like flies by the week. I mean, it would take something monumental on their end. And we would have to then be consistent, like Kenny said, 6 games. We have to go on a run and then pass them and keep going. And I just looking at it right now, I don't see it happening. Could it happen? Anything can happen, but I don't see it happening. And that's just the reality of the situation. 7 points, that's a big 7 points to have to overcome.
Matty, I see comments from in various locations that what it is people are hoping that Liverpool go on a down slope, that they start drawing, losing, we catch them up. No, that is not going to happen. I can't see that happening personally. Yeah, they had a rocky game at the weekend. Okay, fair enough. Yeah, we played a very, very poor Leicester City team. Right, Kenny, you were there. You watched it. You were there at the King Power.
Oh, yeah, you know what? Jez, we everyone in that stadium was next to us. Everyone was moaning. Everyone was screaming, shouting, raising their fists before that goal went in. Obviously, poor Raheem Sterling was getting the brunt of the criticism, but he wasn't the only one. Odegaard was getting criticism. Partey was getting criticism because he was getting caught in possession. We all were mentally prepared, and that's I can't speak for all 3,000 fans. I could speak for fans in my section and fans that I could see behind me right in the gods, and their facial expressions were clear as night as day. Some of them were friends that I went with there with. Everyone I spoke to, and I spoke to more than 6 people. I spoke to hundreds of fans because everyone just gravitates towards me. We all fought, and we all accepted. Before the goals went in, a 0-0. We were prepared for a 0-0. That's how bad things were. We weren't breaking Leicester down. We weren't creating any chances, especially in the first half. We hit the bar with they hit the woodwork a couple of times, but that was it. I don't remember the Leicester goalkeeper making any saves, so it was a pleasant surprise when we actually got created those shots and scored. Pleasant surprise. So don't when people think about Liverpool dropping points, it's not a case of them dropping points. It's us never ever being good enough to put them to the sword. They dropped points against Newcastle 1 week, and then the next week, after they dropped points against Newcastle, we went and dropped points, and he went back to 6 points.
Yeah, since game week 13, which was 12 games ago, yeah, we've caught them up 2 points.
Yeah,
12 games ago. So working on that logic. Yeah, based off of the last 12 games, we've got 13 games left. We're going to cash in 2 or 3 points.
2 points.
North London derby. We won a North London derby.
They extended their goal difference by 1 in that time.
Yeah, and then what's happened is that they went and won at the weekend, and then we drew with Aston Villa when we were 2-0 up. So it became 6 points. So what's happening now? We're hoping that Liverpool against 9th placed Aston Villa, a very inconsistent Aston Villa, are going to do us a favour because Unai Emery is now everyone's best friend at Arsenal. Come on, Unai, do it. You're a gooner now.
They'll be wearing blue and claret this week.
No, it's embarrassing. Let me grab these super chats real quick, guys. Big up Fizzy. Big up my bro. What is the next internal solution after Merino?
Mega life.
Mega life. Saliba. Yeah, Saliba. That's the next one, Fizzy, brother. Yeah, we're done out here, lads. Big up to you, bro. Big up Nadir, mate. You love your football takes. Very articulate, I think you mean. You probably knew Marmouche was going to bang since you watched Bundesliga. Lee, you should have flamed Saeed more. I flamed him, but listen, I can't take over a whole panel show when there's like 6 of us on there, bro. Otherwise, it's just a Lee Gunner echo chamber. You know what I mean? So,
Who
let the lads
told
speak.
you,
And CB cooked as well. Oh, Matty did tell me about Marmouche. He put me onto this Marmouche guy.
This is well before everybody else was talking about it.
Sat backstage after a live, and he said, "Have you seen this Marmouche?" And I was like, "Who's Marmouche, bro?" He was like, "You got to watch this guy." And we sat there and watched it. Yeah, and I was like, "Yo, he's a baller."
They know he was going to be going to City. They had no idea that was coming down the pipe.
No, we didn't even know that. This is months back. This is what, October? September?
Probably September.
Yeah.
August. Yeah, somewhere right around there.
Yeah. No, it's crazy. Yeah, but this is the thing. We've got better. We're better scouts than Arsenal have scouts from us. Them names you copied and pasted the other day. Yeah, we're on it. We're on it. Big up Nadir always, man. Big up to Nadir. Big up Vegas as well. Zinni hasn't played much since the book signing. Do you think that has something to do with him not playing? Well, maybe because he spilt the beans on the dark arts. He tells the players to walk with their wash bags, even though they're injured, so he can throw the managers off scent. Right, mate?
He's preparing to go and fight in the battlefields of Ukraine because apparently Ukraine have got a prepared.
Allegedly.
Trump's planning to give him more land, Russia more land. So he's probably traumatized and he wants to go and fight for his country. He tells us every week that he's going to go out there. So he might as well go out there now.
Yeah. Yeah. We could have a whip round. Yeah. We could set a GoFundMe page up for his flight. 'Cause, I mean, obviously, he's only been back once since he's been in England. His words. So, I mean, he's so desperate to get back out there, guys. You know,
What's stopping him?
True
maybe
patriot, isn't it? That's a true.
Maybe the big fuck off drone that'll fucking find him when he gets there.
Yeah.
I pick up Riku to finish this. Fun fact: in 1937, Man City won the league, first time in history. Following season, we got relegated despite scoring the most goals in the division. And that sounds like saying Arsenal or Spurs would do. Actually, Spurs don't win trophies. That sounds Arsenal. We won the league and then got relegated the following year after scoring the most goals. How does that work? Yo, that's crazy.
They got
that's mad. Big up Riku.
They got battered 6-0 by Arsenal in 5-0 at Main Road, 6-0 at Highbury.
See, Jez was there, guys. See, don't ever test Jez's knowledge.
I was there. Yeah.
Well, your granddad was probably there.
He might have been at home. I'm not sure away, but he would have been definitely been at home. That's no question.
Yeah, big up, lads. Big up to Joseph O'Hanlon as well, member for 9 months. My guy, bro. Bless up, brother. Yo, run through these likes. Nearly 1,000 in the building. We ain't even hit 300 likes. This is disgusting. But yeah, big up to everyone locked in. Obviously, Liverpool play Aston Villa on Wednesday. Why are they playing a game on Wednesday?
They're in the Carabao Cup final, and
okay, that makes sense.
It's that game. I think what's happened is that maybe they negotiated with Aston Villa, and I think Emery's part of this as well, where they don't want an extended fixture list, especially if both teams get to the quarterfinals of their Champions League, with Liverpool obviously going for the league, and Aston Villa still in the FA Cup, so they were given a bit of leeway. And anyway, I think TNT Sports had a lot to do with that as well. They wanted the game, but again, they're having a game right when they're having Champions League playoff games, which I think is quite disrespectful towards the Champions League midweek program. That's what I think.
But this is the Premier League all over, Kenny. Yeah, I said this on the stream yesterday because people love to say it's the best league in the world and it's got the most eyes on it. Yeah, it has the most eyes on it. Cool. Is McDonald's the best restaurant in the world then? More people go through McDonald's every single day than most restaurants in the world. So is that the best restaurant then?
Wow.
I don't know, mate.
Have they got the best products?
Everyone does their own version of hamburgers, just like
I can tell you over here, I can tell you that. Absolutely. And I hadn't had McDonald's in decades.
I ain't had one for time. I had one when I first moved out here 5 years ago. It was actually nice. well, I say nice. It was better than the slop they serve up in England.
I've heard the McDonald's you get in other countries are different. I remember we went to France. They have a Big Mac, chicken Big Mac. I've yet to find it in this country.
No, yeah, it's different in every country.
Last Wednesday, I had a McDonald's, actually. Yeah.
See, I've not eaten a McDonald's since I moved here, and it was all right. The problem with McDonald's is you eat it, yeah, and about an hour and a half later, you're starving again. Like, literally. It's like it don't fill you up.
It ain't
and the price of it now,
Yeah,
it's not as big as it used to be. Everything's shrunk.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
remember
And baffle them, yeah. When you ask them for a Big Mac, yeah, can I have no lettuce? Yeah, because I don't want all that shit falling out. Like, yeah, take the lettuce. So now they're baffled. Well, I haven't had one for 5 years, yeah, and I swear the price I paid for that was about a Big Mac meal. It was a large Big Mac meal was about €12. Yeah, you're better off just going around the corner to a restaurant and having a proper dinner. Yeah, because it's about the same price.
Can you remember the cost of your first ever McDonald's? I'm not talking Big Mac. You remember the ordinary, just the everyday ordinary burger with it's got gherkin and mustard. Can you remember the price of it?
No, can't. How much?
I remember it. Blue Ball Services, right?
Fucking Jez, I love you, mate. I love you.
1977, right?
He remembers the year, the day, everything. Come on, Jez.
Yeah, up there. 29 pence a burger. There you go. 29
pence.
Jez, I lived near. I don't know. Obviously, I lived near you. Surely, when you were in your late teens, your local McDonald's was the one in Seven Sisters Road, right at the top of Seven Sisters Road.
Yeah. Didn't go up there often. I won't believe that. I won't. Yeah, I didn't. I won't admit that. It was a bit like unknown territory, but it's like, going up there could be a bit of a drama. But yeah, 29 pence.
I swear Wimpy used to be big. Wimpy used to be big.
Wimpy. I prefer them.
Yeah.
Wimpy used to be really big. Is that in America? I think that's in America as well, Matty, back in the day. Is that still a thing now?
You talking Wimpy? No, we didn't have Wimpy.
You didn't have Wimpy?
We have a Wimpy.
So if your parents took you to Wimpy in England, you've made it, bro. That's a special treat back in the day. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. If you've got a bus,
we've still got a Wimpy. We haven't got a McDonald's anymore because they redeveloped the area. That's gone. Yeah. Burger King went, but the original Wimpy that I can, apparently it's been there for God knows how many years, and they still use the. Do you remember the old red and white plates?
Yeah, right. Yeah, definitely. I remember them.
Yeah, they still use them. I mean, they're not being replaced, but
hey, I remember if you went to Wood Green back in sort of like the early 80s, they served like Wendy's, and Huckleberries.
Oh,
see, I've never been in a Wendy's ever.
Oh man, Wendy's back in the day, man. Good Lord. Anybody in the chat, that's an American tell you, but Wendy's back in the day with the yellow bag, man. The yellow with oh man, I can taste that right now, bro.
This is how shit football is, guys. We're talking about fucking Wendy's and McDonald's and Burger King. This is how dead our clubs are.
Hey,
we're all in the chat talking about fucking food.
we do have a game on Saturday against your Doofldanger.
No. Well, apparently I'm Cole Palmer. Yeah, apparently I'm running around on the pitch pretending to be Cole Palmer. But yeah,
he isn't doing much, is he? Chelsea have got a right downward spiral since their manager said they can't win the league.
Yeah, but do you know what? Let me ask you this, Jez, yeah? Then we'll go around the panel. Yeah, all jump in whenever you want. I'll come back to the chat in a sec, yeah? This is why I get the Jez, right? Because this manager at Chelsea sat there and said when they were second, game week 13, they were level with Arsenal on points, right? And he sat there and said, we are not in a title race. Yeah, okay, cool. Whether you believe that or not is irrelevant. Yeah, and yeah, I get that when people fucking lie to the public, especially football managers, he should have come out in every press conference that he did for the next 3 weeks. Instead of saying we're not in a title race, when he's got a young squad by design, they're all trying to make their way, right? Barely any of them have won anything between them, right? And he's sitting there telling the world, no, we're not in a title race. They've won 2 games since. 2. Yeah, two games since game week 16 or something it is. Yeah, and I think 6 in total since game week 13. Right? Mentality. He's now told his entire squad, yo, don't worry. Yeah, we're in the sideways. He should have been sacked on the spot.
Should have been, yeah. Yeah, shocking. I mean, talk about punch your fans in the face. Well, that's it, guys. We're over. Finished. Gone. See you later. You know, but mate, let's be truth. You know, we're hanging on in there again. Hanging on in. Is it Friday? We've got the quarterfinals draw. Is it Friday?
Yep.
I think yeah, that's a Friday. Got quarterfinals, so that's right.
Yeah. So
at the moment, if you look at the prospective competitors, AC Milan are a goal down. I think they're a goal down against Feyenoord, and Juventus are 2-1 up against PSV. So those are the teams that us or Internazionale could potentially get. But I think the problem with what Maresca said is that he's got to remember one thing right now. He's put the genie back in the bottle. And you can never put the genie back in the bottle when it comes to a club like Chelsea, who've only ever known success. You can't just go, oh, let's have a process at a team like Chelsea. You can't give Chelsea that sort of unprecedented domination in London of just trophy after trophy. Every trophy was like a godsend trophy. They even took the Charity Shield seriously. And, European Super Cups, everything they took, every trophy they went for, they won. I mean, one time they won the Champions League, got demoted down to Europa League, and it's won Europa League and celebrated like it was like the Champions League. That's who Chelsea were. They had that mentality. For him to now say that they can't win, that they can't win the league, that's sacrosanct, and that's what the Poch said last year, and that's why Chelsea are where they are before. And Chelsea fans, especially modern fans, are not going to accept going back to Ken Bates days. And why should they? If you're giving your fans success, it's out of order to just expect them to say, you know what, let's just have transition. And that's what a lot of Arsenal fans are trying to force on us since Arsene Wenger just became, he became like someone who was like an imposter. Like his twin brother took over after 2006. A lot of Arsenal fans, especially like the level-headed wankers, sorry about your show, but that's how I feel strongly about them. They try to force feed us a process that we have to accept not winning trophies, and they try to bully us into doing it. They tried all sorts of methods, insults, death threats, insults about our family members to accept that that you have to accept mediocrity, even though that we've been so used to success. You can't give fans success and expect them to just accept mediocrity. Every fan should demand, especially when you're a big club at Arsenal. And that's what I can't stand fans like that. Stop trying to patronise us. If you take us to Mount Everest, we're not going to go down to Mount Snowdon. We want to stay at Everest.
No, you're spot on, and that's the thing. We've seen Arsenal. Now, obviously, you two are older than me and Matty, but between all four of us, we've seen a fuck ton of trophies between all four of us. Yeah, we've seen a lot of losing finals as well. Yeah, so we've always arrived in a fight. You're on mute, Kenny.
Okay. I wasn't saying anything. I was just doing my hair.
Oh, I thought you were chat. Sorry, man said he was doing his hair. Yeah, I'm busy tonight. I'm washing my hair. Yeah, but we've seen a lot of losing finals and a lot of winning trophies in our lifetime supporting this club. And now we're supposed to accept mediocrity. Yeah, same with Chelsea. Chelsea fans that grew up in the Roman era, yeah, how you're accepting this is mad. You've only known success. Yeah, the older heads, I'd slightly get it. Yeah, because they've seen Chelsea be a cup team and a nearly team. Then Roman comes in, dominates, and now they're falling off. So I kind of get it if it was the older heads. The younger ones that have only grown up knowing Roman era, they should be rioting, mate.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, don't forget that Chelsea Football Club, when it was the old Stamford, when they had the old shed end, Kenny, remember that? The old shed end. And it was like, they were shit, man. And they were relegated twice that I can certainly think of.
We've won the league at their ground twice.
Yeah, I mean, they were a poor team, man. And then, of course, Abramovich came in and they achieved greatness. You can't deny it. Big money brought them in. Do I agree with it? I had loads of debates with people about it. Well, if he wanted to invest, good luck to him. And he got what he wanted. And
if he's got the money and he can do it, then fuck it, do it.
He was a ruthless man. Because at the end of the
Yeah,
day,
but I love that, man. I love that shit, Jez. Yeah, because you know what?
If he
didn't take no shit.
Who was the manager, guys? Who was the manager? I can't think. He came in, won the Premier League, and he got sacked. Was it Champions League, Premier League?
Ancelotti won the double.
He won the double, and he sacked him at half time against Everton in the Tunnel.
Yeah, all because of the quarterfinals of the Champions League to Man United when Man United got the final in 2011. That's all it was. But that's the mentality you got to have. And I'm sorry, Arsenal fans. I know you see Liverpool and how they've done it organically through like the Fenway Group, but unfortunately, that's an exception. You're not going to win the Champions League and the Premiership on a regular basis unless you go down the Abramovich route. I'm sorry, guys, but that's the only way. And if that means tearing down the whole fabric and the whole fabric of Arsenal Football Club and the Arsenal, then so be it. Because we can't keep on fighting this battle that we're losing in saying that we're a massive, massive club, because people, especially younger generations, are not going to believe us. They're going to keep on saying that Man City and Chelsea are bigger than Arsenal on the basis.
That's close to overtaking our trophies as well.
Yeah, but
and do you know what's funny, Kenny? Yeah, they got Roberto Di Matteo. Roberto Di
Matteo, mate.
They got him in. He won the Champions League and the FA Cup inside 26 games. 26 games after that, they sacked him.
Yeah, but they had the money, though. That's the thing. They had the players. They had the team. They weren't going to win the league in 2012. Even we bashed them 5-3 at their ground. It was a case of, all right, let's win the cups, win the FA Cup, which they won against the odds, in my opinion, and in the Champions League final, everyone from like the semi-finals up to penalty shootout, everyone had Barcelona or Bayern Munich winning it, but they got mentality monsters in that side. They had a mentality monster in the semi-final in John Terry, and then they had a mentality monster in Big Frank and Ashley Cole.
Yeah. The other night we were on Dan Potts's, right, and that Harry guy was on there, right. I called him out. I didn't know who the fuck he was. I won't lie. I didn't know who he was. Never heard of him. And I'm like, find out he's a pundit.
No, he's a very good guy, and he's worked his nuts off to get where he is in terms of his
he does commentary and he's like in the press. He is sound.
Yeah, I speak to him a lot.
I don't agree with half of what he says.
But he's fulfilled his ambition, a childhood ambition, to work in football in terms of commentary and in terms of how do I say it?
Like interviewing in press conferences and stuff like that. Yeah,
he's living his dream, and he's made it a living. So but yeah, he's always, even before he got these positions, he's always been.
I'm not saying that, mate. I'm just saying, I don't follow all this shit, right? I don't. I can't be asked with it. To be fair, I follow certain people on certain streams and things like that, but afterwards, I thought, Jez, you dick. I didn't know who he was. And I've just called him out. And I'm like, oops, ouch, oh dear. Maybe.
Yeah, but Jez, I say this to you all the time, Jez. Yeah? Say what the fuck you want to say. You said stuff about not North Side, sorry, my bad. Said stuff about Turkish. You said stuff about other people. Yeah. Say what you want to say.
Not your mates.
You don't know these people. Yeah, whether I do or not, and whether I'm mates with them or not is irrelevant. Yeah, this is your platform on here, on my channel. When you come on, say what you want. Yeah, as long as you don't get me cancelled. If you want to have a go at somebody and call somebody out, say it. I don't care. Because I know some of these people personally, and they're not going to get offended by it, whether they're on my platform or not, because we're adults.
And they're not royalty either. They're not footballing royalty. They're not royalty just because they've got big channels and big following.
I call Harry out. I called a girl out. Yeah, look at a girl rage quitting the other day. Man said, "No, fuck this, I'm out." I text him at the weekend. And he said, I'm at soft play with my missus and my son. Yeah, I'm at the soft play area. We took the son out. When he got home, yeah, I said, no worries. You have a wonderful weekend. Bless up to you, girl. When he got home, he said, I'm home now. Send me the link. And he came on and got fried by 5 of us on panel. Yeah,
I respect.
But I rate him because he turns up. Yeah, it's not an echo chamber here. Like, if he wants to jump on, he's welcome anytime. Harry's welcome anytime. People in the chat, yeah, as long as you're not being a prick, yeah, and like going down a dirty, disgusting route with certain words and shit like that, call us out. We ain't the oracles.
No.
Yeah, we're not the be-all and end-all. We're just 4 fans that have an opinion. Yeah, and we'll debate it. It's what it is. Like, people in the chat all the time. This is why I'm blessed with this channel, because these guys...
Fair play to the fella. Fair play to him. You know, I don't agree with a lot of what he says. Well, probably...
I agree with literally half... No, Harry, I agree with maybe 70... I disagree with 70% of what he says. The other 30, I'm cool. Again, I disagree with maybe 90% of what he says. But he's cool. It's his opinion.
At least he turns up, and fair play, and I respect him for that. You know,
and it turns out win, lose, or draw. Yeah, not just when we win. Yeah,
but you guys are fairer. Dan's fairer as well, in terms of the fact that even though Dan is unmistakably someone who, you know, who's never taken to Mick Arteta and he's never taken to process, he still has people on different. He has variety of guests who's proven to be pro Arteta, even if it goes result by results. You know what I'm talking about. Now you go to the other podcasts, they're not balanced at all. They accuse us of being unbalanced, but I can name you all the podcasts. You read off the podcasts and can tell you they have the same people on with the same views. Since Craig Scott's left the same old Arsenal, it's got the same people on with the same sort of views, all the same level-headed people. You go on the Pfizer channel, it's got the same people.
What does level-headed mean? What, you just say yes? Agree with everything?
Well, you know what I mean by level-headed. You know what I mean? But whatever it is.
No, they like to call themselves level-headed because they don't say fuck off. I'll see you next Tuesday.
Yeah, but it's not that, Lee. It's the fact that what I'm trying to say is that they're all behind the football club. They're all behind the manager, and they think he's doing a fantastic job. But in all those channels, they never have someone else who says it's not. That's not the case. You go on the Fazl's channel, same thing. You go on Tom's channel, the same thing. You go on Arsenal Vision podcast with my good friend Clive Palmer, the same thing. They don't have they don't have different views because they find it divisive, and their audience are like that. That's why if you go on Dan's on the comments on Dan's channel when we're on, or you go in the chat, a lot of the people who make these comments and slag us off, they're people who watch these podcasts like Arsenal Vision, Faisal's channel, Sophie's channel as well, and obviously Amanda's channel, which is now the big thing. They're all the same people who, when they see Dan, because Dan tends to go on like
variety.
They expect that to be like that, and they say, "Well, Dan, hang on here. I thought you're different. What are you having these lot on for? Oh, you can't have these lot. They're going to ruin your channel. You got to have a better handle." That's all.
Yeah, you need to get
going down the road of negativity.
Yeah. Why are you trying to be another league gunner? Yeah, it's true. It's echo chambers, and this is the thing. Yeah, this is why I got a girl on this season. Because people put that at us. Yeah. Echo chamber. This is just toxic and negative. Cool. Well, let's bring a gal on then. Because a gal is positivity level 100. Yeah. And I'm not saying I'm using a gal because that ain't it. A gal knows
You've had hooks on. You've had hooks on early in the year.
I had hooks on, yeah. I never fucking heard of the guy before. I'd never seen his content. Yeah. And I see that he was on with Flawless. Yeah. And Northside. Yeah. And he was in the chat. Hooks was in the chat. Yeah, and when I tuned into the show, yeah, and he was a mod on Flawless's channel, yeah, Northside was bigging him up. The next day, he had Daps on his channel, Flawless, and he was bigging him up. And I was in the chat again. I said, "Joe, do you want to go live?" Yeah, I'll go live right now. Yeah, I didn't know what he was going to say. Didn't know whether he was Wenger in, Wenger out. Don't know whether he was Arteta in, Arteta out, Emery in, Emery out. We sat backstage. We chatted for 5 minutes. Yeah, and he was going, "Yo, by the way, I said, save it for the show. Authenticity, bro. I don't care what your views are. Let's go. Yeah, just don't fucking say something stupid that's going to cancel me." He's cool.
You remember that dude we had on that one night? It was me, you, and Jay. we were up late one night streaming, and the guy came in the chat, and you was like, "Well, I'll tell you what, you come on up and defend that." I can't remember the guy's name, but he came up, totally disagreed with everything he said, but he had his say, and everything was. I can't think of the dude's name to save my life now.
I know you're on about. What was his fucking name?
It was a late show too. It was one of those late. We was up just one of those emergency.
This is the thing, yeah. We're adults. We're not kids. We've seen Arsenal play for years and years and years. We're all football fans. Yeah, we all like Arsenal winning. Yeah, the difference is we think it's taken too long to get to the point of winning. Yeah, whereas these men have just been, okay, cool, well, but there's a tipping point. The tipping point was for the 2 weeks after the window shut and we went off to Dubai again. Oh, the Cronkies. As soon as we get a win against Leicester, Mikel Merino this is amazing.
Ronaldo.
Yeah, he's our Olivier Giroud. He's our Van Persie. No. Yes, we won. Fantastic. The game was shit, mate. Yeah, and that's cool. The game can be shit. Yep. I don't care if the game's shit every week if we win a title. Yeah, but we're not winning a title, mate. So we're bored out of our box watching this crap. Yeah, and we're not going to win a league. It's just a waste of fucking everyone's time. And the manager's sitting there all smug, grim, internal solutions. Get out of here, bruv. Internal solutions. How about that? Sack him. How about that?
That's the only solution.
Yeah. How about sack him?
I think there's a high potential of him, maybe like 65-70%, that knows that generally believes, and he knows his football. He generally believes, you know what? I think we left it a bit too late. We haven't really said to Liverpool it's not going to happen, but he's holding on to that last 30%. But he's not a pork chop. He knows his team. He knows the levels of the players he has at his disposal, and he knows that it's not the same team as last season. It hasn't got the same kind of quality, and it hasn't got Bukayo Saka. I'll tell you now, if Bukayo Saka was fit and we came back from Dubai and we had that 7-point gap, you'll see the spring in the manager's step. He would generally believe that man from Ealing, that young lad from Ealing who's got a good education, comes from a good Christian Nigerian family, is the man who's going to help me win this league and take it off Liverpool. But he ain't got that man. So he could, and that's the thing. As much as we pray for Ranieri's not ready. Ranieri's not a Saka. He's just a kid that's playing without fear.
Adrenaline, yeah.
And adrenaline. But next season, where teams find out about him, that's where we're going to see the real Ranieri.
He's going to have a conundrum too. He's going to have a conundrum himself, not one there, this manager, because he's going to have to make a decision. What am I going to do with Ethan? Because we've seen him already. So you can't say, well, he's not prepared. You're going to have to make a decision on where you're going to play, which one of the two. Is he going to stay over there with Saka? He's going to sit behind Saka? Is he going to start over on the left-hand side? So he's going to have to start making some decisions. What you're seeing now in Arteta's career is he's got to learn he's learning how to having to become a manager because of the decisions he's making. This whole situation with this striker is his manifestation because he thought he could gamble because 2 years running, we've quote unquote been pushing City, the big bag City, and we don't have to do anything because I've got a plethora of guys over there that I know can get the job. I got Jesus, I've got Havertz, I've got Martinelli, I've got Trossard. We are good to go. There's no problem. I don't foresee any issues. We're ready to go. Everything goes sideways. Now he's all the way over to making the defensive midfielder, the main man, the striker. Kenny, I want to add to what you just said about Saka. When Saka went down, he said, that's okay. We can make do. I've got Kai Havertz. Kai Havertz goes down. Shit. What am I going to do? What are we going to do? Let's go get a free. Let's go over here. Let's go over there. It was gambling. He gambled this season away. And he did not.
We were that close to two titles in a row.
He gambled it, Lee. He's gambling it away. That's why I'm so mad. That's why I be on his head so much about this season. Because there's no way possible that you challenge 2 years running. You look at the team last year when it bottoms out. I've told y'all this time and time, on camera and off camera, and you don't think to yourself, say, you know what? We're putting all the money down. We're going to the craps table. We are going to get what we need. We're going to load it up, And if we go down swinging, we're just gonna go down swinging. But to come into this season with just absolutely what you don't need, and then you get into January, and then you want to go in the press conference and say what you need. Now I got a problem with that, because that means that you've been gambling and it's malpractice. It's complete malpractice. And this team, every single time we get to March and April under this manager, we start to capitulate. It always, people will come in the chat and say, "Oh man, y'all are just suffering from I can't think of the term now, PSD because of what y'all have been through with Arteta." I'm telling you, it's a reoccurring pattern that he has yet to learn from. He is yet to learn that I've got to be prepared going into the very end of the season, and he just refuses to do it. And we're going to see when we get to Kenny. Watch my words. When we get ready to get to March. In this Champions League, just by some stroke, we get past the next phase into the big boy pot, we're going to see these same problems, these injuries.
We're gonna struggle against whoever we get in the next round.
That's what I'm saying, Lee, because we're not prepared. I've been saying it all year. We're not prepared because we did not go out and go get what we needed. We all know what we needed. We needed a striker. We didn't need another defensive midfielder, and now he's sitting there with no strikers, playing the defensive midfielder.
Now, facts. Let me grab these super chats real quick. Big up Ben Washbrook, bro. Bless up, my guy. Appreciate it, man. Man like 7-inch dropped 10 memberships in the chat. If you are one of the lucky 10, then make sure you say thank you to 7-inch, ledge of this chat always. So make sure you thank him if you did get a membership from him. And big up to you, bro. I hope you're good, my guy. Hope you're very well. And thank you, man. Big up T-Dot. My mum used to reward me with a Wimpy's in Wood Green High Street in the 70s. She used to torment me by dragging me to all the shops. Yeah, if you behave, you get a Wimpy's, bruv. Yeah, that was a big day out. I swear that I'm not even taking the piss. Yeah, I'm not even taking the piss. That was a big event. Yeah, it was a big event back in the day. Yeah, these kids don't know about that anymore. Now they just sat on their phones chatting shit on the internet. Big up T-Dot, man. Big up Paul becoming a new member. Proper Chelsea. Is that Chelsea? Is that Chelsea's got there? Yeah, proper Chelsea. Fernando Torres kissing the Champions League. Cheers, mate. Big up to you, bro. If only we won a Champions League. Big up to Luke. Weren't just managers getting sacked at half time. Who remembers John Sitton handing out P45s to his players at half time? I played that clip the other day. Yeah, let me find that. I need to get that clip on there. And you cunt. And you big cunt. I need to get that clip.
It ruined him. It ruined him.
He got sacked off of that, didn't he?
No. He got sacked for something else. But what's happened is that he was going for jobs, and they weren't giving him jobs because of they're worried that parents were worried that how he'll treat their sons when they're coming through like youth teams and come up in the first team. It's a shame.
Yeah, didn't he get sacked off of the back of that though? Like he got sacked because they aired that. I think it was on Channel 4.
The results got him sacked, but it was one of the things where the fact is that I've actually had a long conversation with him years back, about 10 years ago. We spoke about it.
I've spoken to him before. He's a Hackney carriage driver, isn't
he? Yeah, definitely. He's not very happy with Barry Earn.
Barry Earn, yeah.
Darren Lover.
Yeah, great.
Yeah, and he's not particularly that impressed with Chris Turner as well. We didn't think he was supportive enough as well. But basically, he told me that that no one would touch him. In the end, he just had enough, and he just did his knowledge, and that's what he still does. Yeah, he says there's a few cab drivers out there who are ex-players as well, but he's still lost to football. Even on punishment, they're not even giving him a chance. I mean, they have him on Talk Sport to have the occasional thing, and he has to say, "Oh yeah, by the way, my name's John Sitton," but the fact that no one's employed him in football.
Yeah, he's been cancelled. He was like, yeah, it's mad. Let me play the clip. I want to play the clip. Big up Ian Barron. Get well soon, my guy. Bless up to you. I want to play this clip. It goes for about 2 minutes here.
Performance that we've had too often here. Too much more. I give up too much more. I spoke to you the other day about the new contract. The possibility of a new contract.
Put it louder.
Did you not hear it?
No.
In fact, one sec.
You've got a drift off.
I'll play it on here. Don't care if I get done for copyright. I didn't the other day. I'll play it on here. One sec. Let me find it. Smash these likes up, guys. Smash these likes up. This is goated. Yeah, this is goated. Yeah, this is funny as fuck. I can't lie. This is what proper football was like, mate. Proper football back in the day before all these little soft fairies took over. Let's go.
Fucking pull your socks up, because they're going to beat us if we go out the second half like that. That is a fucking typical performance that we've had too often.
This is at half time.
I ain't going to happen too much more. I ain't going to happen too much more. I spoke to you the other day about a new contract. The possibility of a new contract. And all I'm saying to you is, when it pops out, you've got to be crafty. You've got to drift off. And when it pops out, you've got to establish possession for a red shirt. And all I'm saying to you is get your body. That's all I'm saying to you. You was lucky that you got the free kick. Now, don't be coming back at me when I'm shouting at you above the crowd and above the next game.
Yeah, don't be coming back at me when I'm shouting at you. Hey, he's ready for smoke. Look at his face, bro. He's ready to kill.
Probably get it.
Because I'll run this fucking football club until I'm told otherwise by the fucking circus upstairs. If you come back at me, you'll be off the field and you'll be following Terry down the road. And you come and see me tomorrow, you've got a fortnight's notice. Because that performance is the straw that broke the camel's back. And that will be not be tolerated in this dressing room while I'm in charge with Chris Turner. That is the fucking straw that broke the camel's back. That is typical fucking Lake Norian. Six, you're too intense, you're fucking this, you're that, no one can talk to you. I never fucking followed two good games out of a fucking game like that. The reason I was intense because I wanted to play well again. And I'm wasting my breath on some of you.
This guy is on smoke.
You know who John Finn sounds like, man? If you just shut the video off and let it run, it sounds like DJB, man.
DJB, bro. Yeah. I said there, fucking yeah, you've got a fortnight's notice. Come and see me tomorrow. This is at half time. You got a fortnight's notice.
Wasting my breath on someone. What did I say to you about good players? They want to be good players all the time. Don't you know how profound that is if you're not examining the fucking words? Because you've had two good performances and you think, I'm fucking 30 big bollocks tonight. I'll fucking play her I like. But you won't play you like. Because if you play you like, I'll fucking stick with you to you. Because if I'm going to take abuse from a bunch of cockroaches behind me, I'll take abuse by doing it my way. And that is fucking conformity, not fucking non-conformity. So you little cunt, when I tell you to do something, and you fucking big cunt, when I tell you to do something, do it. And if you come back at me, we'll have a fucking right sort out in here. All right? And you can pair up if you like, and you can fucking pick someone else to help you, and you can bring your fucking dinner. Because by the time I'm finished with you, you'll fucking need it.
Hey, that is old school coaching, that bro. That is
You you big cunt. Yeah, you can pair up if you like and get someone else to help you. You can bring the
Hey, Kenny, that's old school coaching, that bro. That sounds like a men's locker room to me.
I remember watching that, and I thought, you know what, that is exactly how we used to get spoken to before. That if you went at a player, a manager, it was a case of all right, we lock the changing rooms, me and you, and let's see who comes out of the changing room. That's what it was like. It's brilliant, but unfortunately, in this day and age, when it comes to like safeguarding, it's you just can't do that, innit? It's the same,
No, it's too. You're too negative. You're too negative. But did you hear what he said? Yeah, Sits. Yeah, Sits was his nickname. Sits. You're too intense. You're this and that. Nobody can talk to you or approach you. That was in '95. Yeah, it was already going woke then. Nobody can talk to him. Oh, no, he's too aggressive. He's this and he's that. Oh, no, you're too intense. That's back in 95. Fast forward 30 fucking years. Game's gone. Yeah, and if you come back at me, we'll have a right fucking tear up in here, mate. Now imagine Super Duper Mix says that to a player. They'd cry. They'd cry. The game's done, mate. Yeah, that's what you need. Yeah, that's what you need. Yeah, you got a fortnight's notice. Come and see me in the morning. He's got to go out for the second half. He's thinking, shit, I better play well and I might get out of this.
Nah, it's not like that.
It's not like that anymore, mate. The game's done. The game is done. Yeah, Lee, I'm too intense. Do you know what I mean? The clown's upstairs. The cockroach is upstairs. Do you know what I mean? Imagine Arteta says that. And fucking Antonio Conte sat there and called out his board and his ownership and got sacked. Yeah, to be fair, he got sacked as well. But no, this is crazy. Listen, we are going to wrap, guys. It's about the money. Coated clip.
Well, that's what it is, mate. It's about the money.
The game's finished, mate. The game's done. Reason Arsenal winning the Champions League is hard. They don't have a name in Europe. Liverpool have the name, and teams come to Anfield don't want to play Liverpool. That's what I'm saying, bro. We ain't winning the Champions League. No chance.
Nah.
Not in my lifetime, mate.
I got told last night. I got told last night we will. Got told we're going to win the Champions.
Did that individual not see last year when we drew Bayern Munich? They called what's his name?
Hashtag pray for Bayern.
Yeah, hashtag pray for Bayern. And then they called what's his name, and he was like, "Oh yeah, this is great, Arsenal. Yeah, this is right on time."
Pathetic. It's pathetic. Yeah, big up Dinesh, man. And listen, we are going to wrap this up. I'm going live in literally 9. Well, I'm going live now for Barcelona. It's Rayo Vallecano. And the stream, Dave is joining me live from the Casa. Live from the gaff, guys. All you guys that guessed right, big up to you. It was Dave that I picked up today. Big up, Dave. He turned up with a nice bottle of Di Serrano Velvet. Bless up, Dave.
Very nice.
I ain't got no ice, though. I ain't got no ice. So we'll just have to drink it straight without ice. But yeah, big up my sweetie Galen in the chat as well. Bless up everyone who's locked in as well. Yeah, I appreciate it.
I don't even know what you talked about. I don't drink alcohol, so it's just.
Well, how long you been off the alcohol, Ken? Well, I'm not saying you were an alcoholic, but when was the last time you had a drink?
May 2012.
Fucking hell.
Shit.
Yeah, it'd be 13 years in May that I haven't touched a drop of alcohol.
Big up to you. I can't lie. I love a fucking beer, Kenny.
But yeah, not one drop of alcohol's gone on my lips for nearly 13 years.
No, that's crazy. No, big up to you, mate.
You never see me drinking. No, never.
How many bottles of wine you got downstairs, Jess?
A few.
You got some nice ones as well, mate. For any of you wine connoisseurs out there.
You got some aged stuff over there, man.
I have.
Yeah, he's got some good ones. But Jezza, bless up for coming on, man. Appreciate your time and knowledge always. Shout your channel out, bro. Link is pinned in the comments.
Yeah, Wednesday night I will be on with Kenny Ken 6 o'clock talking about football, upcoming West Ham. We're not doing the defenders this week because we've got a guest down. So yeah, I'm going to drag a few people on who I can to have a debate about. I'll get West Ham
debate, big fights. Is it one of them ones? Yeah.
Well, it's going to be the Herd against the ICF. No, I'm joking.
Buddy,
Tony on. I'll try and get Tony on from Early Doors. And Kenny.
It's a big game this weekend. The thing is that
it's a big game. And then I'll get on some other people as well. And we'll basically beat up the West Ham fans. I'm in literally 5 minutes. I'm going on Aaron's show. Arsenal
Aaron's back West Ham.
Yeah. So thanks again, Lee, as always, for having me on. And enjoy the stream as always. And we'll go from there, my friend.
Bless up. Make sure you sub to Arsenal History and More, guys. Come on. Road to 10K is fully on. Link is pinned from Static's comment in the chat.
Get in there.
Matty, always appreciate your time, man. I see a comment in my chat yesterday and said, I've never really got, American fans. They're a little bit over the top. Yeah, but Matty's a credit to your channel.
I appreciate it. I appreciate it, man.
And you are a credit to my channel, bro. Yeah. What you got coming up, man? Shout your channel out. Southern Guna pinned in the live as well, guys. And Matty is a mad credit to this channel. He's hilarious. Man came as Bob the Builder the other day, bro. Go check his fan cam.
Papering over the cracks. Tomorrow I'll be on with brother Dan Potts. We'll be on tomorrow, and then Wednesday with Deluded Guna and Tony Clark Gunn. I'll be over there with them on Wednesday. and we'll be getting ready for the weekend. I think this weekend is another test for this manager because we know what Moyes is going to do. We know what he's going to do. We know how he's going to play. And we're going to see if Mikel Merino can put some more goals in the back of the net because we're going to need it. We're going to need all hands on deck for the rest of the season. All hands on deck. Set piece coach is going to have to figure out something, have to drop some new stuff. But we're going to need everything if we want to try to keep pace with Liverpool. And that
facts. And they can go 10 clear on Wednesday, man.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Yeah, Wednesday's a massive game, man. And if you was to ask me right now what I think their predictions are going to be, I see Liverpool winning that game 3-1.
No, I agree. I think they'll be they got a lot of injuries, Villa, as well. Kenny, always love, man. Kenny Ken 1972 on Insta. Make sure you follow him. Pinned comment from Static as well. Always appreciate you, man. What you got coming up this week?
I'm on Dan's show tomorrow at 8 o'clock, and I'm with Deludigan at 4, and I'm with Jez at 6. And obviously, I'm going to go to the Arsenal West Ham game at the Emirates Stadium. But one thing I would say, there are millions and millions, slight exaggeration. There's loads of boxing fans out. I know there's a massive bill in Riyadh. Do not fail to spend your £25. It'll be the best £25 you spend. There is a bill, a massive bill. Bouatsi versus Callum Smith. Daniel Dubois versus Joseph Parker. Dimitri Bivol versus Artur Babetiev. Fights galore. Coming all over. The best against the best. Records that can tumble. None of this arse protection used to get in boxing. If anyone loses that fight, they might as well retire. Buy it. You can either get it on Sky Box Office or
when is this? When is the Bivol fight?
This Saturday. Bivol versus Baturbiev. This Saturday, the rematch. You've got Daniel Dubois against Joseph Parker for Daniel Dubois' IBF heavyweight title. Joseph Parker thinks he's going to win. He's made an improvement. Daniel Dubois just knocked out AJ clean out at Wembley. I was there. Don't miss it. If you miss that, you'll regret it.
There you go. Kenny's fully invested.
There is some cricket. The Champions Trophy is upon us. England's first game in the Champions Trophy is against the old enemy, Australia. So don't miss that.
Shane Warne FC and that. Shane Warne FC.
Shane Warne's no longer with us.
I know, bless him.
Watch cricket, right? I'd rather walk down the outside lane of the M1, to be honest.
Hey, some people have actually gone jogging there and done cross country.
Yeah, they were watching cricket, Kenny. They had enough.
I think it was when they realised that you can play 5 days of cricket and still there'll be no winners.
Yeah, it's crazy. What a shit sport. Listen, before we do go, because this game, the players are on the pitch. Yeah, it's literally about to kick off. Yeah, before we go, all three, Jez, Kenny, Matt, score prediction for West Ham. I'm going 2-1 Arsenal.
I'm going 2-0 Arsenal.
3-0. West Ham unfortunately won't turn up. It's a shame, but they won't turn up. They'll make one mistake and then pew, the heads will go down.
Burst the bubble. 2-1
to the Arsenal.
Burst the bubbles. Burst bubbles.
A defender and Merino score. What do I tell you?
I wonder if the guy from who I saw when I was at West Ham away. I wonder if you're watching half and half shirt, West Ham fan. I've seen you on TV since then. Don't forget your half and half shirt when you come into the weigh-in. I saw you. Half and half scarf in the West Ham end. We caught you.
No.
Yeah, there we go. On that bombshell, I've got 90 seconds before kickoff, so I've got to bounce. Yeah, listen. Bless up to all three of you. Bless up to the chat. Everyone who's liked, subbed, commented, shared, donated. Make sure you go to Arsenal X-Rated TV right now. Jez is going to be there with Aaron. Yeah, make sure you follow Jez, Arsenal History and More. Kenny Ken 1972 on Insta. And Southern Guna. We're about to watch Lamine Yamal and Pedri absolutely put Vallecano in a spliff and go top of the league. This is going to be about 6-0. And what phase is Lamine Yamal in? Just turned 17 in the summer. And one of the best wingers, if not the best winger in world football right now. Brazilian North Side starts as well, guys. Rafinha, we're out. It's
Get
going to redirect to my
ITV4.
ITV4 in the UK. You can watch it for free in the ITV UK.
Roberto Di Matteo, mate.
The games always kick off late, so I've probably got about 3 minutes. They always kick off late in Spain. That's how we roll in Spain. Everything's late, mañana. Yeah. And on that bombshell, we're out. Cronky out.
Roberto Di Matteo, mate.